welcome back to yet another review and to another episode of Tie Day, the series that I do on Fridays when I don't have any other cars to review. Today, though, we're not going to be taking a look at a car, we're going to be taking a look at a plane, specifically Barney Stormin, the plastic wing variant of Barney Stormin that is, and I'll get into that in just a minute. This guy, like the other cars I've reviewed so far on Tie Day, are cars that I've never reviewed before on my channel, and the fact that I've never reviewed Barney before really surprises me, as in the early days of my channel, for some reason, he was sort of a mascot. You see, very early on, in one of the first Cars Adventures episodes, the Cruises Crash episode, it starts with a Piston Cup race, and we see Barney Stormin, and he's flying through the sky. Basically, all I did is I went to one of the parts of my wall that's blue, right? And I just went like this with Barney. And it was supposed to be that he was skywriting, so I'd slowly reveal more and more letters of a word typed out on the screen to make it look like he was skywriting. And eventually I changed that to make him say Tito Reviews Tie instead, and that became a very early intro for me. Then I very temporarily made an image of Barney Storm in my profile picture, and then it all went away. And I haven't used Barney in a Cars Adventures episode in a very long time. I don't even know when the last time he appeared was, and I've never reviewed him before. So yeah, Barney's kind of like a lost channel mascot for me, which I just find kind of interesting. I don't know why I chose him. I guess just because of that skywriting aspect of it all. I thought that was an interesting intro. But like, I don't really have like a special connection to Barney. It's not like a favorite character of mine or anything. He's fine. He's cool. He's interesting. And he's a car I might just want to replace. There are two versions of Barney Stormin. You see, the original Barney, which is the one I have, has plastic wings, which means that over time, these stripes on his wings, unfortunately, have been ripping away. You could see they're almost completely gone from this one wing, which is why I was sort of iffy on reviewing Barney Stormin in the past, because mine is pretty damaged. Then, releases of Barney after his original release in 2007 gave him metal wings, which I'd assume the decals actually stayed on, so I should probably pick up a metal wings Barney online. Barney's a really interesting case, since he's one of those characters who's pretty notable in the first Cars movie, but hasn't been re-released in like a decade. Like, he's not been re-released since before the release of Cars 2, which I find really odd. As you can see, he's a biplane. The only other biplane I could really think of in the Cars universe is Leadbottom from Planes, who he always sort of reminded me of. He's got sort of clown makeup going on. He's got sort of a clown aesthetic on all of him. He's supposed to be like this goofy entertainer skywriter character at the Piston Cup. You could see the red up here, of course, representing like the big red clown nose. He's got the big red lipstick around his mouth. This part, of course, is painted white like a clown's face would be. And a detail I really like about Barney is the sort of aviator hat or helmet around his eyes. This is something that they did more prominently on like Aviator Mater, who's a car, so you could more so tell that he has the hat on. But with Barney, he has a sort of aviator goggle cap thing on too, and I think that's just a really nice detail, and yeah, I think it just adds a lot to the character design. You can see all these white stripes, like I said earlier, all sort of ripping away, although on the bottom, things seem perfectly fine, you know, because I'd assume, actually, I honestly don't know why these are being ripped away. I hope I didn't pick at this as a little kid. But on the bottom, he seems perfectly fine. We have this design back here, really similar sort of to Greg Candyman and his whole candy thing he's got going on with like the gingerbread and the frosting. I don't really know what this is supposed to represent, but it's more just sort of colorful clown-like stuff. You could also see a bit of white on those little areas above the wheels there. He only has those two wheels, and he has the additional little tail here to help him sort of be stabilized. Does not roll super well. He rolls a little bit, but really not much at all. If you picked him up off the ground, you're gonna get him to roll a little bit better. But if you just listen to those wheels, like, that is not what the wheels on a toy vehicle should sound like. And I don't know if that's because of time or if that's just, I mean, look at how small his wheels are, you know? I don't know if that's like something that's happened over time or if that's just the vehicle. You can see a lot of this plastic on him looks like it's starting to sort of wear away and bend and break a little, even here where the wheels are connected, which is interestingly screwed in, so you could probably take off the wheel attachment quite easily, maybe do some interesting customs. But of course, there is a look at the other side of him, and then there is the base, which at this point I have shown several times. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye now. Yes, I did buy an action figure of Mobius from the Loki show and put him on my wall only because he's played by Owen Wilson. Thanks for noticing.